Imagine a garden that never stops blooming, a paradise where flowers flourish all season long. The secret? Deadheading. This isn't some mystical spell, but a simple garden practice with transformative power. Deadheading involves removing faded or spent blooms, a small act that encourages further flowering. It's like telling your plants, hey, it's okay, let's start again. And they do, bursting into fresh, vibrant blossoms. Unlock the secret to a vibrant garden with the simple yet powerful technique of deadheading. Before we dive into the act of deadheading, let's equip ourselves with the right tools. Firstly, a good pair of pruning shears is a gardener's best friend. They're perfect for snipping away spent blooms and making clean cuts to avoid damaging your plants. The sharper the shears, the cleaner the cut, and the happier your plant will be. Next, don't forget your gloves. They not only protect your hands from thorns and prickles, but also prevent the spread of plant diseases. Remember, a good gardener is a safe gardener. Lastly, you'll need a disposal bag or a compost bin. Deadheaded flowers can pile up quickly, and having somewhere to dispose of them efficiently keeps your garden tidy and reduces the risk of disease spreading. These are the basic tools you'll need for deadheading. Each one plays a vital role in the process, ensuring both your safety and the health of your garden. With these tools in hand, you're all set to start deadheading. Now we venture into the heart of our garden with a step-by-step guide to deadheading. First up, let's tackle roses, the queen of the garden. Start by identifying the faded blooms. Now, trace the stem down to the first set of full, healthy leaves. This is where you'll make your cut, right above this leaf set. But be careful, not too close. Leave a little bit of a stub. That's it, you've successfully deadheaded a rose. Next on our list are daisies, the cheerful charmers. Daisies are a bit different. You'll want to snip off the spent bloom right below the flower head. No need to go down the stem, just a quick trim will do. And voila, your daisy is ready to bloom anew. Now let's move on to marigolds, the vibrant warriors. Marigolds can be deadheaded simply by pinching off the wilted flowers. Yes, you heard it right, no tools required for these tough beauties. Just your fingers. Pinch the stem just below the base of the flower, and gently pull off the spent bloom. Now a word of caution. Each flower has its own deadheading needs, so it's important to know what works best for each type. For instance, roses enjoy a good prune, daisies need a light snip, and marigolds prefer a gentle pinch. Remember, the goal is to encourage new growth without damaging the plant. Consider this a dance with nature, a delicate balance between removing the old to make way for the new. And as with any dance, rhythm matters. Deadhead regularly, but not too often. Once a week should suffice for most plants, but again, this could vary depending on the type of flower and the specific conditions of your garden. I also want to note that deadheading isn't just about aesthetics. While it certainly keeps your garden looking neat and tidy, it's also an essential practice for plant health. By removing spent blooms, you're helping the plant conserve its energy, which it can then use to produce more flowers and stronger growth. And while we're on the subject of plant health, let's not forget safety. Always wear gloves to protect your hands, and use sharp, clean tools to ensure clean cuts and prevent disease transmission between plants. In summary, deadheading is a simple but powerful technique that can significantly enhance the health and beauty of your garden. It's about understanding the needs of your plants, being gentle yet decisive, and committing to regular care. It's a labor of love, a testament to the wonders of nature and the joy of gardening. With these steps, you're well on your way to mastering the art of deadheading. Deadheading comes with its share of benefits and potential pitfalls. Let's start with the perks. First off, it promotes new growth. Deadheading encourages your flowers to redirect their energy from seed production to creating more blooms. So, by simply removing wilted or spent flowers, you're giving your plants a second wind, a chance to shine once more. The second benefit is disease prevention. Dead and decaying flowers can be a breeding ground for disease and pests. By removing these potential threats, you're helping to maintain the overall health of your garden. Think of it as a kind of garden hygiene, if you will. Lastly, deadheading energizes your plants. It's like a little pep talk for them. When you remove the spent blooms, you're telling your plant, hey, you're not done yet, you've still got plenty of growing to do. And trust me, your plants will listen. They'll respond with lush, vigorous growth, making your garden a verdant paradise. Now let's talk about the pitfalls, or rather the common mistakes to avoid when deadheading. One common mistake is cutting too much. While it's true that deadheading promotes growth, cutting off too much can stress your plants and hinder their development. So remember, moderation is key. Another common mistake is cutting too little. If you're leaving behind the seed head or some of the spent bloom, you're not fully communicating to your plant that it's time for new growth. Be thorough but gentle. And one more thing, don't forget to use sharp, clean tools. Dull or dirty tools can damage your plants and introduce disease. So keep your tools in top shape. Avoiding these common mistakes can make your deadheading endeavors even more fruitful. So armed with this knowledge, go forth and deadhead. Your garden will thank you. Like all good things in life, timing is crucial when it comes to deadheading. Deadheading isn't a one-size-fits-all task. Different plants have different timelines, and to get the most out of your garden, understanding these timelines is key. Let's delve into the world of timing your deadheading to unlock the full potential of your garden. With some plants, like marigolds and geraniums, deadheading should be done as soon as the flowers fade. They are quick to bounce back and will reward you with a fresh set of blooms in no time. On the other hand, plants like roses and peonies require a different approach. These beauties need a bit more time to recoup between deadheading. For roses, wait until the flower has fully bloomed and started to wilt before you make your cut. And for peonies, it's best to deadhead once all the flowers on a stem have bloomed and faded. Now let's talk frequency. How often should you be deadheading? Well, like timing, it varies. Some plants like petunias require frequent deadheading to keep them looking their best. Others, like lilies, only need a bit of help once or twice a season. So whether you're dealing with a garden full of roses or a pot of petunias, understanding the timing of deadheading is a game changer. It's all about knowing your plants and giving them what they need when they need it. Remember, timing your deadheading right can make all the difference. Deadheading is just one part of the puzzle. To ensure your plants remain healthy, they need a little extra care. And that's what we're going to discuss in this segment. Post-deadheading care involves two main aspects: watering and fertilizing. Let's talk about watering first. Plants, like people, need hydration to thrive. But remember, each plant is unique, and so are its watering needs. Some plants prefer their soil to dry out completely before the next watering, while others prefer consistently moist soil. Generally, a good rule of thumb is to water your plants when the top inch of soil feels dry to the touch. And when you do water, water deeply. This encourages the roots to grow deeper into the soil, making your plants more resilient. Now let's move on to fertilizing. Plants need nutrients to grow, bloom, and produce seeds. And while the soil does provide some of these nutrients, it often doesn't have everything your plants need. That's where fertilizers come in. They're like multivitamins for your plants. But just like with watering, each plant has different fertilizer needs. Some plants, like roses, are heavy feeders and need more frequent fertilizing, while others, like succulents, need very little. When choosing a fertilizer, look for one that has a balanced ratio of the three major nutrients plants need: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Nitrogen promotes leafy green growth, phosphorus helps with flower and root development, and potassium contributes to overall plant health. Remember, less is often more when it comes to fertilizing. Too much can burn your plants or lead to excessive, weak growth. A good practice is to start with half the recommended dosage on the fertilizer package and adjust based on how your plants respond. With these tips, your garden will not only survive, but thrive throughout the season. So let's get out there and give our plants the extra care they deserve. After all, a little love goes a long way in the garden.